Hi, I'm Nicola. I'm from the Wonderful Wig Company and I'm going to talk to you today on behalf of the Little Princess Trust. I'm joined with Marnie. Marnie's going to be our model for the day. Marnie has alopecia and wears a wig generally herself, so she knows all about the ins and outs. I want to talk to you today a little bit about the three main things that people say might be an issue when they first get a wig. The same three things tend to crop up, so I just want to address those in a little video. Marnie's going to be our model. So when you first get your wig, one of the first things that you might notice or have a problem with is the fact that there is more hair than you are used to, or that the hair feels like a different type of hair to the hair that you have. Most of the wigs are made with donated European hair, so if you have anything other than European hair, it might feel a little bit fluffier, it might feel a little bit more bouffant than your own hair. A lot of people with fine hair tend to feel like the hair's too fluffy. So when you first get the wig, this is how it comes out of the box, and I'm just going to demonstrate by popping this on Marnie. Is that okay? So you can see the wig kind of sits off the head a little bit, and this is something that people tend to struggle with. It's also to do, especially if your wig's been sort of sent to you, that can make it worse because it's been in transit for a week. What I would recommend that you do is to take the hair slowly, pop some heat protector spray on and just slide the straighteners through, maybe put a little bit of finishing cream on the top, and that will flatten the hair down. So just to demonstrate what I talked about there, you can see there's lots of volume through the top. So in order to kind of flatten that down a little bit when you receive the wig, I'm just going to pop a little bit of heat protector spray on, using a comb to support the hair, and flat iron on a low heat. Just glide through once. Just show you that once more. Take a section, spray with the heat protector spray, just a nice little thin section. Can you see how my section's not too thick? Pop it in at the roots, slide it down once. That's just the product burning off, not the hair. When you see the little bit of smoke, don't worry. The straighteners are turned down really low. Wouldn't recommend that you use the straighteners every day. We should only be using the straighteners on the day that we'll wash the hair. Through. Quite often just giving it a little bit of a straighten through will be enough. To get rid of that excess volume through the top of the wig. I don't know whether you can see there on this side. That's what it looks like after we've done that. So that would be the way I would get rid of some of the volume on the top. So number two, the next thing that people mainly find that they have difficulty with when they first receive the wig is they feel that the hair flops forward. Did you think that was the thing when you got yours, Marnie? Yeah. So the hair at the front falls in the person's face, and that can be irritating, especially when you've maybe gotten used to having little or no hair. This happens, firstly, let me explain why that happens. That happens because naturally in our own hairline we have some weak spots. You know, we all have like little bits of hair that's never quite as strong. And when we put our hair hand through natural hair, those little weak spots kind of hold the hair in place. The shorter hairs support the longer hairs, so when you put your hands through it, it stays where you want it. In a wig, the hairline is 100% all the way through. There's no weak spots. We do this to make sure that wig lasts and will last you enough time. But it also means that the front of the hair can be extremely dense and it tends to fall forward. Initially, when you get your wig, the best way to deal with this, especially in a younger child, a younger wig recipient may really struggle with too much hair in her face. So the way to deal with that would be just to grab a section from the top. Even if you're not very good with hair, this is really simple to do. Twist round like this and just pop a little hair grip in the back. I've just used a hair grip so you can see that. You just spin your head round there, Marnie, and back. And that will just allow the hair to sit back off the face. It'll stop it falling forward, and it also looks really quite cute and pretty. If you're clever, you can maybe do that with a plait and just practice. You can put some pretty slides in, and this is just a really good way of keeping that hair back off the face. If you are an older wig recipient, so a teenager or somebody in the early 20s, and this feels like it might be a little bit, I don't know, childish in terms of style, what I would suggest that you do in order to train the hair to sit back off the face is to use sleeping rollers. So we will have all seen these on the various reality TV shows. It's just a Velcro roller, and when the wig is not on your head, you place the roller in, and you leave those rollers just across the top, 3 or 4 rollers. Leave those rollers in overnight when the wig is not on your head, and in the morning it kind of gives you that blow-dried salon finish, and it keeps the wig back off the face. So if you're little, I would suggest we do this kind of thing. If you're older, some rollers, and train it to go back. The last thing to talk about is the fact that you might feel there is too much hair. A wig recipient, the younger they are, the less hair naturally that we have. Unfortunately, in a wig, it doesn't matter whether you are 4, 14 or 24, the wigs will have the same amount of hairs in them. This means that for a younger wig recipient, it might always feel like there's too much hair. Your stylist will have taken this into consideration and will have already taken out as much density from the wig as is possible whilst maintaining the strength of that wig. So there's a fine balance between how much hair we can take out to make it less dense and leaving the strength in the wig so it doesn't fall apart. You know, it's a very delicate item. If you're struggling with the density, consider taking some of the hair back off the face. This will immediately kind of open up the face, and it will feel like less hair. You can pop it in little plaits, you can do little bunches. There's loads of different styles that you can do. So I would suggest playing around with the hair. When it comes to the density, if it's something that's really concerning you, maybe touch base with the salon and check that they did remove as much density as they thought they could. If they've already done this, then unfortunately it's just a case of you playing with it and seeing how best it looks with as little hair as you can. And then the way to do this is just to take the hair back off the face, so there's not so much hair covering the face.